Hey, this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. And don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. I can help you with anything. And if you like exclusive occult videos and want to support this channel, please subscribe to my Patreon. Thank you. Okay, let's get into this quick video. I just want to explain why I feel such a connection towards the teachings of the Ahgori tribes. The Ahgori tribes use the things that others would find maybe disgusting or revolting because of their own ego. They use these things which actually give them spiritual power. They're some of the most spiritually advanced beings on earth. They live in the crematory where the bodies are burnt. They have a lot of rituals using dead bodies. One of them is very popular, is that people talk about a lot, is meditating on top of dead bodies. There's also certain things about eating feces and using intoxicants and things like that, which are not normally used in spirituality. Spirituality is usually taught to be very clean. You must be very clean and pure in order to have spiritual power. And this teaches you actually the opposite. Once you understand, you realize how the world is not what it's presented to be. Everything is creation of God, and that's what they teach. Everything is from God, so there is no fear, and what you do fear is your own ego. How I got to this point and why I love the teachings is because I understood that before, but because I never experienced someone telling me about this, I was very confused. Because I learned the occult from the dark side. I learned the occult from being on the street. On the street, I mean, I was a street seller to not try to put myself on YouTube. But when I was very young, I was that because I didn't want to be at home. My mom was an alcoholic and was anorexic, and I was born into chaos. When I was 6 years old, I saw my mom stab herself, right? When I was 21, I saw her die. In front of me, they pulled the plug. So I grew up with so much chaos. And because I grew up with those chaos, there's beings that are attracted to that chaos. So I would see beings my whole life. Like when I was little, it stopped a little bit once I got into ego. But now that I'm more connected to my spiritual path, then I'm able to connect with different things. Now I would see them all the time. So I learned from someone being an alcoholic, someone being completely unpredictable, then going on the street, then later on in life being human trafficked and working at the strip club, being sold, being a person that was sold. Right? There was times that I got away that I was able to work for myself, but that didn't last too long because in these environments, everybody's human trafficked. So sorry to say those who go to strip clubs, but these people are not of their own will, right? They're being manipulated. So being in environments in a strip club, which is a brothel, but in Canada, that's illegal. So they just call it a strip club. I would walk in and see everybody having sex. Like everywhere. Like you walk upstairs, it's just happening on the daily. You're seeing these things. And so everything that I saw broke my delusions of how the world really is. Being in these environments, seeing how entities actually go in and possess people because of their drinking and their own ego. They're opening themselves up and drugs and things like that. And then so I saw that there's actually a power within this, how sexuality actually gave you a huge power. So how could that be wrong? And it's from God, right? And I had so much compassion for the people that came in, even for the people who trafficked me. I still have compassion for them. I don't talk to them or anything like that. I understand that they're in ego, but it was part of my path. The things that I was ashamed of were the things that happened to me from my human trafficker, which actually are things that the Ahgoris embrace. So one of the things that, this is going to sound very disgusting and just a trigger warning for some people. I'm over this, but some people won't be. Now, one time he was very angry. I can't remember. He would just get angry out of no reason, just to try to scare me. One day he got very angry and he was getting angry and the dog got very scared and pooed on the ground. And he took it and he was going to make me eat it. And he stuffed it in my face and he's like, if you don't do this, I'm going to make you eat this. The day I finally got away, because everyone called the police because they saw it, but that's how I got away. He took a cigar and put it in my mouth and made me eat it. These are things that even yogis will eat tobacco raw. So because I was able to see these things for what they are without my own ego, to see that everything is God and that my experiences are something that God wanted me to experience, and this was meant for me, then I got over the fear of these things and I could see the power within them. So this is why I attracted certain teachings that use these darker things to gain power. So that's how I gained power, is by not seeing it through the ego lens, by seeing it through the God mind and realizing, wow, because these things happen, I have a gift. And these things were the ultimate gift for me. So my darkness is not something to be afraid of. The things that I've done in my life are not something to be afraid of. They are a gift. Everything is a gift, no matter how dark it is. I've been to jail. That was a gift. You see, when I was in jail, I saw a spider. I was only in jail for 4 days, but I had the possibility of going for 8 years. So only being in there for 3 days, I was thinking about, like, is this going to be 8 years? And when I stared at the wall, I saw a spider, a little spider there. And I was like, the spider is in the same jail cell as I am, but the spider doesn't know it's in jail. So if the spider can feel that it's free in jail, so can I. It's an illusion. So I just meditated. I never broke down. I never cried, anything like that. I just meditated because this is a part of God, and it let go. And because I let go, things worked out for me. Even though I shouldn't really have been there, because I'm not going to get into it, but I was in the wrong place at the wrong time kind of thing. But there was that possibility. And because I let go and I understood God, that's how things worked out for me, because I had a clear mind. I had God. And so this is how you can change your reality. This is how you can bring your biggest tragedies and your biggest traumatic events and you turn them into God. And now you have God power because you understand the dark and the light. And it's not just understanding the light, because I've met tons of people who understand the light, who shun the dark and don't understand that everything is an expression of God. So if by shunning that, you're shunning God as well, and you're losing the actual huge message that you could have learned. So that's just a little short video of some things that I learned. And there's a lot more things that I've learned, but that's just a little bit about the dark. Just kind of putting my story out there. I know it's kind of dark, but I want you to see that I've been through very dark things. You can elevate yourself too, and you can be fine if you've been through dark things as well. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.